Hello, my fabulous fifth graders. Today's lesson is on fractions and division. Our I can statement today is, I can interpret a fraction as division of a numerator by a denominator. Let's investigate this just a little bit more. We're going to represent some situations with a model, and we're going to use division to find the answer. So our first question says, in art class, 2 pounds of clay are split equally among 5 students. How many pounds of clay does each person get? Well, here I have 2 whole pounds of clay. The one here represents a whole, and I have 2 whole pounds of clay. But I'm going to split these pounds of clay equally among 5 students. So here is my same model, only this time I've taken my whole and chosen to represent it split into 5 pieces. When I have split a whole into 5 equal pieces, they are called fifths. Each one has the same value, 1/5 of my whole. Now this is what my model looks like when I've taken both of my wholes and I have split them into fifths. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 fifths. 10 fifths is another way of writing the whole number 2. But I'm going to take these 2 pounds, or these 10 fifths pounds of clay, and I'm going to split them between 5 students. So one student can get 2 fifths, another, and another. I have split these 2 pounds of clay equally into 5 groups. And how many fifths are in each group? 2. 2 fifths. So one way to think about 2 divided by 5 is 2 fifths. 2 divided by 5 and 2 fifths mean the same thing. Let's try this next question. Here I have 3 whole pumpkins, and I'm going to use these 3 pumpkins to make 7 pies. How much of a pumpkin is used to make each pie? Well, I started with 3, and I'm going to divide each one into 7 pieces. My answer will be 3 sevenths. You can see that on the model when I split it. 3, 4. When I cut each pumpkin into sevenths, each pie will get 3 of those sevenths. Let's look at this another way. Dylan, Drake, and Jade are sharing 2 small pizzas equally after their lacrosse game. How much does each person get? So we've got 2 pizzas, and they are divided among 3 people. That's 2 divided by 3. So each person will get 2 thirds of a pizza. Let's take Drake here. Drake gets 1/3 of this pizza and 1/3 of this pizza. 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2 thirds. So 2 divided by 3 is 2/3. Now, here's a question. The amount of pizza each person gets is between what two whole numbers? What they're asking here is if I were trying to determine how much pizza each person got, and I were to place that amount on a number line, there would be 0 pizzas, 1 whole pizza, or 2 whole pizzas on my number line. And I wanted to know, well, how much pizza did Drake get? We know already that he got 2/3 of a pizza. 2/3 of a pizza is less than 1 whole pizza. 2/3 of a pizza would be about right here. 2/3. Drake ate less than a whole pizza. He ate more than no pizza, but less than a whole pizza. So the amount of pizza that Drake ate is between what two whole numbers? Between 0 and 1 is where you will find the fraction 2/3. So I'm going to write 0 and 1 as my answer. Let's try another example. Ray and Bailey are sharing 3 brownies equally. How much does each person get? This time we have 3 brownies and they're being divided between 2 people. So each person gets 3 halves of a brownie. 3 brownies divided by 2 people. The models at the right show that each person gets 1 whole brownie. Ray gets a brownie, Bailey gets a brownie, and there's 1 brownie remaining. So Ray will get half of that brownie, and Bailey will get the other half of that brownie. So another way to say that is each person gets 1 and 1/2 brownies. Ray ate 1 and 1/2 of a brownie. So 3 divided by 2 is 1 and 1/2. Another way to look at it is 3 divided by 2. I know 2 can go in there 1 time. 1 times 2 is 2. There would be 1. So it would go in 1 time with a remainder of 1. Next, the question asks, the amount of brownies each person gets is between what two whole numbers? So again, let's check out our number line. Here would be 0 brownies, 1 brownie, and 2 brownies. Well, we know that Ray ate 1 whole brownie and half of another brownie. So Ray ate more than 1 brownie. He ate 1.5 brownies. So the amount of brownies each person ate was between 1 and 2 on our number line. More than 1, but less than 2. So between what two whole numbers? 1 and 2. Let's try one more practice problem. Here, 6 bags of soil are used to fill 5 flower pots. How much soil does each flower pot use? Between what two whole numbers does the answer lie? So here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of soil. And I need to use them to fill 5 flower pots. So that is the same as 6 divided by 5. Another way to write that is 6 divided by 5. 6/5. Each flower pot uses 6/5. Or, another way I could write that is 6 divided by 5. I know 5 can go into 6 one time, and that would be a remainder of 1. So 5 goes into 6 one time. So we have 1 whole. And we have 1 part left. What size are our parts? They are fifths. So another way to write 6/5 is 1 1/5 of a bag of soil. Now, let's investigate our number line. The answer is between the whole numbers, blank and blank. Well, I know I've got 1 1/5. 1 1/5 is greater than 1. It would be about right here, 1 1/5. So I know that my answer lies between 1 and 2, between the whole numbers 1 and 2. That brings us to the end of today's lesson. Our topic today was on fractions and division, and our I can statement was I can interpret a fraction as division of a numerator by a denominator. Go ahead and press pause now if you need another second to write this on the W part of your whisk. Next, we have our summarizing question. And in complete sentences on the S part of your whisk, I want you to give an example of how a fraction could represent a division situation in real life. Today we've talked about pizza and brownies and pumpkins and clay. I want you to come up with an example of your own where a fraction could represent a real life division situation. Go ahead and press pause now if you need a second to write your summarizing question. Finally, we have our Q section. This is a practice question I would like you to do. Here we have 3 pounds of potatoes to make 8 equal-sized servings of mashed potatoes. How many pounds of potatoes are in each serving? Represent the situation with a model and then solve. See if you can draw out your 3 potatoes, dividing them into 8 equal servings, and figuring out how much of a pound of potatoes are in each serving. Don't forget to answer this question. When you're finished, try to come up with a question of your own for your group members to solve. I look forward to seeing what you come up with in class tomorrow.